We got an update here as to what's going on with Parler. How are you guys getting along with Parler? Is anyone back on there? Are you guys using it? Do you like the new design, the new features? Is it running well for you guys? Let me know in the comments down below if you're using Parler again, or if you've just decided you're not going to bother with it. Maybe you're permanently on Gab now, or any other social media sites. Maybe MeWe is picking up a lot of momentum. Let me know down below your thoughts on Parler and how you like it since it's relaunched after it was deplatformed by the big tech mafia, the big tech cabal. So Parler is still looking to get into the app stores. Big mistake. Big mistake. Web progressive app. Parler. Dan Bongino. Watch this video. Web progressive app. Don't go back to the app stores begging to get on there. Break free, my man. Break free of this stuff. Anyway, here's from the Blaze Media. Apple refuses to let Parler back on its app store until it complies with the guidelines. Yeah. There is no place for hateful, racist, discriminatory content on the app store. That's probably a statement from Apple. That's the byline of this story. Of course not. Apple is going to make sure that Parler pretty much changes their entire app, and they're going to be on them. Man, they're just going to be harassing them nonstop. And they're going to have them, by the you-know-what. So that if Parler gets into any type of controversy, or if anyone posts anything that goes against the Silicon Valley ideology and the woke ideology, Apple's going to threaten them with moving them off the App Store if they reinstate them. So they're going to make Parler jump through all kinds of hoops to get on the Apple App Store. And then when they get on there, Apple's going to really stick it to them. I don't know why Parler is doing this. I really don't. Apple said it would not allow Parler back on its App Store after the company reviewed the content still available on the social media alternative. According to documents reviewed by Bloomberg News, the rejection prompted Parler to fire all the iOS developers the company had contracted. After having reviewed the new information, we do not believe these changes are sufficient to comply with App Store review guidelines, Apple wrote to Parler, according to Bloomberg report. There is no place for hateful, racist, discriminatory content on the App Store, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that is why you guys on the App Store, you host Twitter and Facebook and all these other social networks, these big tech social networks, which are full of hateful and racist and PORN and all types of content. But because it's coming from the left, that's okay. Or because that type of hateful content and that type of PORN is all part of the agenda to destroy the American family and destroy, maybe Christianity and destroy culture and history, then that's okay. That's okay. But Parler's content, that's nuh-uh. They're just going to make Parler subscribe to the neoliberal woke ideology. So I don't know why Parler is going back to them. Anyway, their decision. So they fired all the iOS developers. Parler, which is favored by some conservatives and Trump supporters, was taken off the App Store days after the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol by a mob of former President Donald Trump supporters. Apple said at the time that Parler had not taken adequate measures to address the proliferation of these threats to people's safeties. But of course, Twitter and Facebook and all these apps are fine, even though those were the apps that were found to have helped organize everything that happened on the 6th of January. But they're okay to be on the App Store. Parler responded by rewriting its community guidelines on February 15th, but Apple found the changes insufficient. In fact, simple searches reveal highly objectionable content, including easily identified offensive uses of derogatory terms regarding race, religion, and sexual orientation, as well as NAZI symbols. Read the letter to Parler, according to Bloomberg. For these reasons, your app cannot be returned to the App Store for distribution until it complies with the guidelines. It's going to be impossible to stay on the app. And if you're going to be it's going to be impossible to stay on the App Store. And if Apple lets you stay on the App Store, it's going to come with all kinds of conditions and all kinds of strings attached. They're trying to own you, Parler. They're trying to own you, Apple. Apple is trying to hold complete leverage over you. Don't give them that leverage. Don't go back to the Apple App Store. Web progressive app. Follow the example of Gab. critics have accused Apple and other tech companies of unfairly targeting Parler out of political motivation. The debate was further complicated when Parler fired its CEO John Matze in early February. Later that month, Parler interim CEO Mark Meckler said on Fox News Business that there had been a conspiracy of social media sites and members of Congress intended to wipe Parler from the face of the earth. Despite the alleged conspiracy, Meckler said that talks with Apple were going favorably, and he predicted that Parler would be back on the App Store soon. And when something else goes down, or when Twitter complains about Parler, or when Facebook complains about Parler, then Apple's going to stick it to Parler again. It's that simple. Anyway, all right. Well, that's their strategy, guys. I don't know what you guys think of that strategy of Parler going back to Apple App Store. I don't think it's a good idea, but they want to get on the Apple App Store. They still buy into the app ecosystem, which is the antithesis of what the internet is all about. It is a walled garden, but they want to get back into the walled garden, the neoliberal Marxist walled garden, but nonetheless a walled garden. They want to get it back into it. That's fine. There's a lot of people that subscribe to the philosophy of, you have to be a part of Twitter, you have to be a part of Facebook, you have to be a part of the app stores, because that's where you'll be able to change the minds of all these people. That's where you'll be able to have the debates in the town square. But they don't want you there. and if you're allowed there, you're only allowed there because they want to hold leverage over you. Anyway, I think they should have taken their money and invested in a web progressive app and just followed the example of Gab. But we'll see how this all shakes out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Look for Alexander's channel down below as well. I have a link there. Look for the Duran's channel down below. Go to the Duran shop, pick up some merch. Here's a USA Magic mug. You'll find that, as well as many other country flags in the at the Duran shop. You'll find the link for that down below. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. This channel continues to be demonetized, so your help is very much appreciated. Bitcoin, EMC, Hex, Litecoin. What else do I have? Ethereum, of course, Ethereum, Monero. You'll find all of those addresses as well. Take care, everybody.